Nithyananda, welcome back to Nithya Kriya, the Nithya Kriya from Galasa, Singapore. And today we are doing Kriya number 16, Care for Food Allergy, on the 8th of March 2023. A very warm welcome to all of you, those who are joining me at Ardina, online on the Zoom as well as the social media platform. So welcome to Nithya Kriya series at Singapore, Galasa, Singapore. My name is Nithya Dugananda, you can call me Maduka, and I'll be delighted to take you through today's session, the flow of today's session. So I will again introduce what is Nithya Kriya, and then the significance of these Nithya Kriya, and the disclaimer for this Nithya Kriya. I'm talk a little bit about food allergy, and then as well as the step. We'll do the Kriya together as a group, and then we have experience sharing by the participant. Okay, so this is the outline of today's session. Next slide. So, introduction to Nithya Kriya. This Nithya Kriya is a unique and ancient combination of components of Nithyananda Yoga. They include Asana, which is yoga posture, Pranayama, the breathing technique, visualization, both external verbalization, which is mantra, as a form of external sound one can hear, or chant, and internal verbalization or internal hearing of sound or mantra created inside. So a combination of these put together is Nithya Kriya. And these Kriyas derive from the ancient source of scriptures of Hinduism and are decoded and revealed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, in a span of 18 years via 981 modern programs, okay, session initiatives in 186 countries. So this series of Nithya Kriyas, he actually created 108. The manual comprised of cares and cures for the most common ailments that we have in modern days. I'll start the session. As well as fatal physical and mental diseases and disorders. So cure and preventing care, Nithya Kriya, work respectively for each condition and disorder. So even though the desired result may be experienced within a few days of practicing, some can experience it over 21 days consecutively. So it's really recommended you at least do this, any of the Kriya, for at least 21 days. Okay, next slide. So Nithya Kriya preserve and deliver the original yogic practice, which are born out of the millennia of research and development and are the contribution of innumerable enlightened yogis who have dedicated their lives to enriching the world with this science. So this is a science in healing. Okay, so, and this has been put together by a lot of hard work by many enlightened yogis, enlightened masters. So according to the teaching method laid out by these legendary yogis like Goraknath and Matsyendranath, they came from the Natha Sampradaya, and the individual asanas and pranayama techniques are sacred and also must not be tampered with, understand? So the combination of the techniques required to produce the desired effect are to be received by the learner from the guru. So true to the Vedic tradition, these basically these fathers or these of modern yoga have left the door wide open for the continuous updating of this ancient science. That's why when Swamiji work on these kriyas, he basically work on his body to test on some of these breathing technique, and then when he was able to uncover the science, and he gave this whole Nithya Kriya, the series, to the whole world. Next slide. So the constant flow of energy happening continuously in our body through the 72,000 subtle energy channels called nadis. So within our body, in a human body, we have 72,000 energy channels called nadis, making up the energy circuit of the body. Okay, so this energy circuit is governed by the Kundalini Shakti, the Kundalini energy, the inner potential energy in everybody. And the Kundalini energy is the immense potential energy present in each one of us and acts like a water pump and helps complete the energy circuit. Okay, so the Kundalini can be thought of as everyone's hotline to the infinite cosmic energy source. So when the Kundalini energy is awakened, you're like tapping into the cosmic source of energy. So once awakened by the appropriate yogic practices or the guidance of grace of the Guru, initiation, the Kundalini showers a host of blessing on the practitioner, not only just physical health, but also energy level, physical well-being, falling away of certain negative mental patterns, and through inner fulfillment, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment and a deep connection with the universal source. So it's like raising your frequency to align to the cosmic energy, the universal source. So if there is a disturbance in the energy flow in some part of the body, but in different energy channels, there is a impedance to the energy flow to the rest of the body. So whenever there is some kind of energy block, the resulting on the onset is diseases, disorder, and disturbances in our body. So understand, these techniques awaken the Kundalini Shakti, connects you back to the energy circuit. The energy circuit hence create immense healing effect on your body. So Nithya Kriyas are powerful tools which help remove these energy blockages, restoring the life energy flow, the Prana Shakti. When the body is aligned to certain posture during the Kriya, and also energy block is removed and realigned. Once the block is removed, Kundalini energy gets pumped into the circuit and during the Kumbhakas. So when the energy flow is re-established, the disease or the disturbance is completely healed. So this is the whole basis of Nithya Kriya, the science behind it. Next slide. So what is the significance of these Kriyas for humanity? Let's look at it. Say, if your body allows you to do what you want to do, only then you are healthy. Understand? You're unhealthy if you can't do this, you can't do that. That means what? There's so much restriction. So health is not about, how many biceps you have, how many, apex abs you have. Nothing to do with that physical, shapes of your body. It's all about your body aligning to the purpose, your purpose. What do you mean? That is health, right? Your purpose, which is health. Everybody wants to be healthy. Nobody wants to be sick. So let your idea about health be established on cosmic principle. Aligning your whole body to the cosmic principle will bring you back to health, okay? So Hinduism has strengthened and redefined the ideals of physical health, psychological healing, spiritual counseling, helping human beings mentally, emotionally, and psychologically by operating with the single unified goal of facilitating every individual to explore their ultimate possibility by enlightening them with the sciences elaborated in the timeless Hindu source scriptures called Vedas and Agamas. See, Vedas and Agamas. Vedas are the pure science, which is given by Sadashiva, which is the first and Adi Yogi, who walk on planet Earth. And the Agamas are the applied science, okay, where he gives the specific instruction how to attain certain outcome, whether it's health, whether it's enlightenment, etc. So for overall health, good health and well-being, Hinduism has solutions that can be easily practiced and incorporated into our daily life, which means anything you would require for health, well-being, Hinduism has solution. It already been done a lot of research and development by a lot of these enlightened yogis and masters. So we can just learn the science and start using it and benefit from it. So the healing achieved by the Nithya Kriyas is permanent, as it works on the cellular bio-memory level, and it generates natural steroids, and therefore there is no negative side effects, only good healing effects. So which means it's safe to practice Nithya Kriyas. Next slide. So where are these Nithya Kriyas rooted? They are rooted on the scriptures. So here are the, I think the types of scriptures that these Kriyas are based on. So including the Yoga Sutra Patanjali, 3 classic texts in the form of yoga, Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Giranda Samhita, and Shiva Samhita. So the first one, the Shiva Sutra, this Yoga Sutra of Patanjali. So this is the foundational text of yoga, written by Patanjali, an enlightened sage. And this esoteric yet highly practical text is based on Sankhya Yoga, and is said to date back all the way to 2nd century before Christ. So although it is believed to be far more ancient, actually, this Yoga Sutra of Patanjali emphasized the value of yoga as a lifestyle through this 8 limbs yoga called Ashtanga Yoga. So Patanjali's Yoga Sutra is useful even after 5,000 years. They are time-tested, foolproof, and still produce intended result for hundreds of yogis around the world. Next slide. So this is the first reference. The other 3 are Hatha Yoga Pradipika. This is a classic 15th century Sanskrit Hatha Yoga text written by this Swami called Swami Rama. Okay, he's a disciple of this Swami Gorakhnath, the enlightened yogi. The book is dedicated to this Adinatha, or the Bhagavan Paramashivam, who is said to have revealed the secrets of Hatha Yoga to the divine consort Devi Parashakti. So Hatha Yoga Pradipika contains 4 major Upadesha, okay, or teachings, which is revealed in the correct understanding and the practice of yoga asana, pranayama, chakras, bandhas, kriyas, shakti, nadis, mudras, and kundalini. So this is the very comprehensive text of yoga, Hatha Yoga Pradipika. So then the Giranya Samhita, this is also a classic Sanskrit Hatha Yoga text. It is a practical yoga manual said to have been taught by the sage Giranda to Chanda Kapali. So Giranda Samhita text has 7 chapters. It advocates the 7-fold yoga: Satkama, Asana, Pranayama, Mudra, Pratyahara, Dharana, and Samadhi, where each chapter elaborates on each of the 7 folds of Hatha Yoga. Okay, and then Shiva Samhita. This is the classic Sanskrit text where Bhagavan Paramashivam addresses Devi Parashakti, his consort. There are 5 chapters which deal with the yogic philosophy, the techniques for liberation, moksha, and Kundalini, Pranayama, Yoga Asana, Mudra, Bandhas, and meditation. So the role, and also the role of a guru. So the book mentions about 64 beneficial asanas and describes 4 of them in very detailed fashion. So these are the 4 reference material that Swamiji used when he developed the Nithya Kriyas, just for your information. Next slide. So there are also other texts that he draws beside the 4 main one, which I mentioned earlier. The other texts like Kumbhaka Padati, like this Trishika Brahman Upanishad, Yoga Kundalini Upanishad, Yoga Chitamani Upanishad, Yoga Taravali, Yoga Pratipika, and Yoga Asana Mala Sanchitra. Okay, so these are other texts that was referred to anyway. So Kailasa works towards availing these signs of 108 Nithya Kriyas through the Nithya Kriya Care and Cure series to the world, with the aim of safely and scientifically awaken and harness the Kundalini energy in the body through these self-administered healing techniques. So as Kundalini is a self-healing mechanism. Practitioner of the Nithya Kriya will find that not only their health and life problems diminish or disappear, but also the very pattern that caused the disease are rooted out by the overflowing of superconscious energy as the being goes through the superconscious mutation process. See, when you awaken the Kundalini Shakti based on this breathing technique, the flood of energy flow that awakens your energy circuit cause not only the disease to disappear or heal, also you see even the mental patterns that created the disease also get rooted out because of the powerful energy flow, and your body go through certain mutation process. That means there's an evolution of the cells, the brain groove, everything is wired differently for the superconscious mutation. Okay, so next slide. So overall, over the years, this Nithya Kriya has made extraordinary progress in recognizing, diagnosing, and treating mental illnesses as well as severe psychological distress. Kailasa Department of Health is committed to building on the success by matching humanity's hardship with equally magnanimous responsibility by improving the quality of healthcare for all the Hindus through the science of Nithya Kriya. So this is the policy of the Department of Health to work towards the unified goal of bringing excellence to the healthcare provision to its citizens, and by providing them with the best service towards well-being so that they can achieve success, prosperity, and ultimately contributing to the world. So that is the compassion of His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. When he developed this Kriya, it's to contribute into our life, and benefiting, humanity, not only in terms of health, but also in many aspects of their life. Next slide. So now, let's look at today's Nithya Kriya. Is called Care for Food Allergy. So now, let's understand something. Before we understand something about food allergy, let's look at the disclaimer here. So, when Swamiji designed these Nithya Kriyas, he said that this should be a continuous process. That means what? You need to follow all the steps. Let's say the step of each Kriya is 4 steps. You have to do all. You cannot do only 1 step, 2 steps. The rest you skip because you don't like it or too difficult for you. You can't do that. If you want to do the whole series, you have to make sure you follow all the steps. So this is one thing. No question of tampering with the steps or the, taking out what you like, dislike, no? And then do not break in between until the entire segment of Nithya Kriya is officially completed. That means what? You don't do one part of the breathing, then go and do something, and then nighttime continue third part, fourth part. No, don't break it. You have to do it completely in one session. Okay? So no question of breaking the steps. So, and it's recommended that you practice at least 21 days or 42 days. Because Swamiji already said that every 21 days, your body go through, basically you develop a new muscle memory, right? Your body go through a new habit. If you want something to be established permanently in your body, you at least do 21 days. Of course, you can do 42 days. That means that will be a more desired result. So minimum 21 days, you can stretch it to 42 days. So this technique is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical diagnosis or treatment. Individual with any type of medical condition, with like the senior citizen, the children below 14, women who are pregnant or suspected they may be pregnant, are advised to seek professional medical advice before practicing this technique, because of their age or because of their health condition, or maybe the body, they may not be appropriate to practice the Kriya. So the individual had to take the responsibility to consult your medical practitioner before you do anything. So viewers who are not on a two-way video conferencing are cautioned as they are practicing these techniques at their own risk. So when you are in two-way, we can through the Guru's presence, and also it's easier for us to address if you are not doing it correctly. Okay. Now let's look at what is food allergy. Okay. So now first thing first, let's define an allergy. An allergy is when your immune system reacts to some foreign substance, like an allergen, right? So it could be something that you eat, it could be something you inhale through the lungs, or it could be something injected into the body or touch, that you touch something and it's caused some kind of allergy, trigger some allergy. So an allergic reaction can cause coughing, sneezing, wheezing, hives like rashes, itchy eyes, running nose, or scratchy throat, like throat feels irritated. So, and in some severe cases, it can cause low blood pressure. Your blood pressure can just sink, to below optimal level. And breathing difficulties, like it could cause an asthma attack, that you become short of breath, or even death. Some people have the allergy cause death, So if it's not treated promptly, so these are possibility if, let's say, we are not aware. And this is taken from the source of but they say that there's no cure for allergies. You can manage allergy with prevention and treatment. Allergy among the country's most common are overlooked diseases. So see, this based on this medical source, it says there's no cure. But I strongly believe that through yoga system, it can be cured. So you have to try it out to know how that is possible. Okay, next slide. So let's look at the word today. How common are allergies? Understand? In the world, there are at least 50 million people in US just alone experience various type of allergies every year. So allergies is very common, whether it's food allergy or some kind of allergy. Allergy are the 6th leading cause of chronic illness in the US. So already in US, it's high on the ranking. Then how many people die from allergies? Understand, the most common triggers for this condition, medicine, food, insect stings, even medicine can cause most allergy related to death. Okay, so that means sometimes when you take certain medication and you're allergic to that, it can cause you to die. So even like say people from different race or different the older adults in US have the highest rates of death due to allergic reaction caused by medicine, food, or some unknown allergen. So understand these are taken from the AFA organization, the allergy facts. So this is taken mainly from the US market. Okay, so 9 foods that can cause food allergy reaction. They include milk, so dairy products, soy, eggs, wheat. It's like a lot of people are gluten intolerant, peanuts, tree nuts, sesame, seafood like fish or shellfish, any shellfish. So these are the common food that can trigger allergy. So here is just some statistic. It says about 32 million people have food allergies in the US. Okay, then it says that about 26 million, about 10% in US adult have food allergies, and about 5.6 million, about 7.6% of the US children have food allergies. So it's very high. In 2018, 4.8 million, about 6.5% children under 18 have food allergies before. Over, a period of 12 months, within 1 year, they have food allergies. So in 2018, 6% of the, the Black and the Hispanic children had food allergy over the previous 12 months. So compared to 6.6 of the white children. So basically, they're looking at allergies by race also, like your genetic. So food allergy has increased among US children over the past 20 years, with the greatest increase amongst the Black children. That means the kids who are the African descent. Okay. So here are just some data from US focus, but of course, if you observe, let's say you dig into even whether in Singapore or in Asia, you will see probably a similar trend where allergies are on the rise due to many factors like pollution and the quality of the food that has a lot of chemicals, whether it's pesticide, addictive, preservative, all kinds of chemicals added to our food chain. As a result, even GMO products are also one of the culprits for causing a lot of reaction in the body because they're not natural. Anything that is not natural will cause issues in our body. Okay, so these are some of the food allergy. So can I show a hand here? Anyone have food allergy? Anyone has any kind of food allergy here? No? Yeah? But do you have any reaction if you eat them? Like some people will get.
My meat will be allergies.
Yeah.
Things growing here and there.
Recently or in the past? Okay. So like some people when they eat peanuts, they will have swollen throat. Like they become blue, which is very dangerous. They can just stop breathing and die. Some people would just have like inflamed the whole gut get inflamed, swollen. Or some of them will have outbursts of rashes, hives, like 风沫, like 风沫. Then you'll be so itchy that you have to quickly go to the hospital and get injection. So there are many triggers, especially there are people who are intolerant to wheat. They're called gluten intolerant, right? So when they eat, they have bloatedness, they can't digest, they feel horrible with the stomach. It's like they can't digest the food. So especially when wheat has been tampered with in a commercial way, that means they use a lot of GMO crops. As a result of that, it goes into many of the products. Wheat is the main grain, right? In the flour, in the bread, in your noodles, and all this, a lot of the, what do you call it? Bread, all this, or even roti, all these are using the wheat flour. So as a result, many people have, as the age, they have gluten intolerance. Okay, so there was a big shift. That means the market is created for many people to have gluten-free products. If you go to a health supermarket, right, they have gluten-free. The gluten-free is for people who are intolerant to wheat. So they will substitute with rice. They substitute with spelt. Spelt flour is better than wheat flour. So there are many other substitutes for wheat now because of a huge population, especially in the West, have this gluten intolerance syndrome. I have friends who are gluten intolerant, so she always have to go to buy special food. She cannot eat ordinary food. Even the bread that she eats is rice bread.
Relatives in family, they
Yes.
cannot
Take wheat, right?
eat a lot. Cannot even have milk, chocolate.
Yeah.
Cannot have gluten.
Yeah, gluten. Yes.
Allergy food, so many.
Yeah. See, okay. I think now it's a good, before we go into the actual Nithya Kriya itself, Swamiji used to say that you manifest what you believe, right? So if you believe that this is, you're allergic to that, you will create that and manifest in your body. So first you need to unclutch from that belief that if I eat this thing, I'm going to have this thing. If you form that association, so if you think that, oh, if I eat this, this is going to happen, then you're only going to manifest that. So don't have that, create that belief so that you manifest it in your body. So that is the first thing to break it. Like some people, oh, I'm allergic to this, or I'm allergic to that. So break that allergic thing, okay? The mental believe that you have allergy to that. Then, obviously, you need certain purification of the body to reprogram your muscle memory. The muscle memory need to be reprogrammed because you have done it so many times, habituated to trigger the body to respond in certain way, right? So you need to reprogram it. You need to almost teach the body to respond to that thing differently, not have a reaction. So this Nithya Kriya is going to help in facilitating that. Let's go into the step now. Any questions so far before we go into actual practice itself? Any question regarding allergy? No? Okay. So this is a very interesting revelation by Swamiji. He said food allergy. He said any food allergy you have is related to your stomach and skin. Okay. So now this Kriya will heal not only your food allergy but also heal your stomach and skin completely. So it's like 2 in 1. Like reduce your allergy to whatever that you're allergic to, but also you have a healthiest gut, the stomach, and also the skin. So this is very interesting, he said, because I think the food is related to the stomach, obviously, and then the skin. Next slide. Okay. So actually this Kriya is quite simple. There are only 4 steps. The first step is Vajrasana, which is a yoga posture. Okay. Then the second step is Shittali Kumbhaka, which is a breathing technique. And then Shittali Pranayama, a breathing technique. And Samana Kumbhaka, another breathing technique. So 3 breathing technique, 1 yoga asana. Okay, so let's get into it. First step, all of you. Vajrasana is seated like that. Okay, next slide. This is Vajrasana. Okay, so if you can use this one to cushion. You can take the cushion, yeah, easier for you. Okay, so now let's look at the Upper Pramana from Giranda Samhita Upadesha 2, verse number 12. It says, in this Upadesha, the teaching, the Akashic revelation say that make the thigh tight like adamant and place the legs by the 2 sides of the anus. Okay, this is called Vajrasana. So with the knees, ankle, and big toes touching the ground. Okay, sit upright, erect, with the heels under your buttocks. So this is Vajrasana. This is the posture that we can do after eating, because when you sit on the heel, it helps in the digestion. So see, normally after eating, we don't do yoga, right? This is only posture you can do because this posture aids digestion. 你 ask her
需要翻译。
他听不懂。你这样做就可以了。做的痛吗？因为我做没做过。你这个放在上面，因为你的那个 ankle 会痛。对。所以你放在上面，不是放在下面。放在下面。你这样 OK right？ 这样好一点。因为我们有练习，我是做这样子的。你没有练，你的 ankle 受不了。通常如果是要做你roll a towel and put it on the here， 因为这边会痛，因为如果没有，对，所以我跟你讲，那所以你来的时候我看得到，我知道我会跟你纠正。如果你再自己乱来，我看不到，就比较有问题。Okay, so for those of you, she couldn't sit on Vajrasana because she feel the ankle is hurting. So here are the way you can do it. You can roll a towel, a bath towel, and put it between the ankles so that it raises the ankle, so it's not pressing on the floor. So that helps to cushion off the ankle and lessen the pain. Okay, so those of you who have, like an injured ankle before, you have some injury before, or your ankle is very stiff. So when you sit like this, you are never sat on this posture, you will feel pain. You're supposed to sit on this posture throughout the whole breathing, or the other three breathing. So if you have problem in sitting, then you need to find some way to make yourself comfortable, right? So you need to adapt the posture to make sure you're able to sit throughout the whole Kriya. Okay, everyone is happy now? Can I go to step 2?
这个可以只做到就是做呼吸的一点一点。如果不舒服可以试着。
Okay, so now let's look at the second step. 第二个步骤 okay? So strictly Kumbhaka. Next slide, let's explain what is the Pramana. So the Shastra Pramana is taken from Daso no Upanishad, okay? 6.25 and 26. Chapter 6, verse 25 and 26. It says, he who always drinks air by inhaling it through the tongue, that the yogi will attain immunity from disease and of fatigue and thirst. He who should confine the air at the root of the tongue after inhaling it by means of the tongue will coolly drink the nectar of the immortality and enjoy all happiness. Okay? So let's describe the technique. So remaining in Vajrasana, you're going to close the eyes, so listen carefully. You're going to protrude the tongue to form a tube like this. Okay? Roll the side of the tongue to form a tube. Now, as you inhale through the tube of the tongue, after inhaling, close the mouth and retain the breath for a moment. Okay, don't hold very long, just hold for a while. Then exhale through the nostril. So you're going to repeat this Kumbhaka 21 times, like this. Let me demonstrate first, like this. Okay? So you're going to fold the tongue and form a tube. If you cannot fold the tongue, you at least put the mouth in the ocean. Okay? But if you can fold, do it. Okay. So now you can use this hand to count. So inhale through the tube, close the mouth, then hold for a while and exhale through the nostril. Do 21 times at your own pace, okay? So when you're finished, you just wait for everyone to finish, and we go to the next step. Okay? Sit for, continue to sit and just wait. Alright, that's easy. You need to do 21 times, huh? Finished? Okay, let's go on to the third step if you finish. So this is Shikari, now it's Shikari, okay? Shikari Pranayama, another breathing technique. Let's go into the explanation. The Shastra Pramana is taken from Sandhya Upanishad, chapter 6, verse 13 and 3. Okay, so it says from Akashivide, sucking the air through the mouth with the Shikari hissing sound, holding it in Kumbhaka as long as possible. The yogi should expel it through the nostril. Therefore, thirst, hunger, and sleep through indolence will not be produced. So remain in the same Vajrasana, close your eyes. So you're going to press the lower teeth with the upper teeth like this. Open the mouth and suck the air through the gaps of the teeth. Then close the mouth, hold it for a little while. If you can't hold anymore, then exhale through the nostril. Okay, again, you're going to do this pranayama 21 times. This pranayama heals the skin also. This This is another cooling pranayama. You feel your whole throat and the back of the throat becomes very cool when you do this shikali or shikali. So 21 times. This pranayama actually said this completely heals the skin. So anyone who has skin allergy and some kind of allergy due to food, this pranayama will help to calm down the skin also. Oh, so Jared Shaktika had an allergy to sourdough. I didn't know. Maybe it's because of wheat. When I go to Australia in June, I'll bring back rice bread for you. Okay? The rice bread is my favorite. So you can try that and see there's no allergy. All right. Those of you who are finished, just wait for everyone to finish, and then we'll go to the last step. Samana Kumbhaka. This is quite a relatively easy Kriya, no 4 steps only. So you can practice it daily. If you have allergy to food, try it and then try eating the sourdough again. Maybe you will, this time on you don't have that problem. But first, disconnect the belief that you're allergic to that. Disconnect, unclutch from that. Okay. Finished? Those who finished, let's enter into the last step, the 4th step, which is Samana Kumbhaka, another breathing technique. Let's look at the Shastra Pramana. The Atta Pramana is taken from this Kumbhaka Parati 62 to 64 verse. So based on the Akashic reading, it says when the Vayu, which is the wind, the air, is held with concentration on fire, that means the Samana. It is Samana Kumbhaka. So when it catches heat, it becomes intensified and causes perspiration through the pores. That means the sweat will come out from the pores. So this is a technique. Remain in Vajrasana. So you're going to inhale completely. Hold the breath judicially. When you are holding the breath, visualize the Jarata Agni, the digestive fire at the navel area. Okay, just visualize the fire. And when you can't hold anymore, then exhale through the nose. Okay, so this is just Samana Kumbhaka. Inhale. When you're holding the breath, visualize the fire. After you can't hold anymore, just exhale. Got it? So we didn't say how many times. Okay, we'll do 21 times or so. Okay, I think they missed out the number of times. So let's do 21 times the Samana Kumbhaka. So do the same thing 21 times, okay? You see the Kundalini energy get awakened when you visualize the fire. When you're finished with 21 times, just sit in normal, easy posture, comfortably, and just sit for a few minutes in silence. Allow the energy to settle back. So just you can sit in lotus pose Asana, or you can sit in any comfortable meditative posture and just sit for a few minutes. Or play some music in the background. So just sit in silence for a while. After you finish the whole Kriya, allow the Kundalini energy to penetrate through the entire energy circuit so that you heal yourself from the allergy. can all relax now. I'm sure you can stop the share. You take a screen grab of the group, the attendance. Yeah, thanks. So now you can slowly open the eyes. You want to share with me how you feel? Okay. Anyone want to share in from the group in the Zoom? The Kriya makes you very calm and relaxed. Don't you think so? Very calm.
Yes, I can breathe much longer.
Yeah, and fully awaken. The last part, the last breathing awakens fully. And then you just sit, listen to the mantra, or even you can play Mahavakya. You just you will just be in that high energy. High, okay, ma? It's okay. Okay. So Jara Shadika, you try to practice this for 31 days and see whether the sourdough allergy will go away now. Huh? Same for Rosita. Then you can eat meat, drink meat again.
I think I'll only practice after the Pranayama.
Yeah, of course. But you can do this breathing during the Pratipika bathroom. You do it as part of your practice, which means because you won't eat it until you finish the whole fasting, right? So after the whole fasting, you will have also completed this kriya. Then you can pass it up. Let's see. That the rashes will either go away or maybe reduce significantly. So, 你不紧张啊？刚刚进来啊，刚刚都没有看见你。有什么问题吗？ Any question regarding?
I have a question.
Yes.
So, if not really a food allergy, but
Yes.
like for example, combination of food.
Combination of food.
Yeah.
Like what?
Like rice and carbo and protein.
What?
Yeah. So it can be taken together, right?
Yeah. Why? What makes you think you cannot fit together?
If you eat together, you will digest.
You're talking about the digestion. It's not that you can't eat together. It's just the process of digestion may be
Much longer.
So see, there's certain order, right, to eat the food. If let's say your body your digestive system works better to process, let's say, protein first, then grains. Okay, you need to work with the body and see. But if you have a yogic body, stone also you can digest. That's what Swamiji say. You should have a yogic body such that, even eating the stone, you can just digest and purge it away. So that is the strength of a yogic body. So you shouldn't have as a yogi, right? Over time, you will reduce all this intake because yogi lives very minimally from outer world because most of the energy or sustenance is coming from inner generated source, whether it's prana or whatever in the ether. Either you generate the energy, the Kundalini Shakti to sustain you, or you are in samadhi, you don't need it. Samadhi is when you connect to the source, you're tapping into the energy. You don't need external help, right? But before you can get there, you first need to reduce the intake of solid food and start to take more like be able to allow the body to produce the energy, sustain you internally, like when you do Nihara Samyama, right? So you realize that you are able to sustain your body just by liquid, or you can sustain the body just by certain breathing technique, right? So because in the Nihara Samyama, you also do certain breathing technique, remember? Then from there, you are able to see that the energy is tapping into spiritual energy, not food energy. So from there, from spiritual energy, then see, when you step into spiritual energy, then when you enter into samadhi, that is where you actually directly tap into the cosmic energy, which means that's how yogis will sit for months, don't even do anything, don't need to go to the toilet, don't need to do anything, just sit for months, right? So that is the cosmic energy, but they're still alive. It's not that they're dead. They just, body go through certain mutation that is able to sustain itself without the normal functioning of the human body. So that is like the evolved state of the yogic body. Because that time the body is capable of producing energy by itself and sustain by itself. It's like a nuclear reactor inside now. You can just generate energy by yourself. You don't need food from outside to keep yourself alive. So that is eventually a yogi will move towards that. It means, see, if you heavily depend on outside food, you are causing disturbances in the species in the outer world, right? Whether it's plant species, if you're vegetarian, or even the animal species, the non-veg, right? So as a yogi, because of the love and compassion, feeling oneness with everything, so the lifestyle of yogi is to not depend on anything from outside. We don't take anything from outside. We generate everything itself within. That is the lifestyle of the yogi. Okay. So it doesn't mean that you can't eat the protein together or the rice together. You can, but of course, if you feel that the digestion is better, then of course you want to eat them in different order. Like what Swamiji said, you're supposed to eat the sweet first. In how in the Indian platter, right, there are so many items, right? How there's a certain order and certain science behind it. And Swamiji told us when we were in the program, he said eat the sweet first, then you eat others. Then there's a rasam, right? Rasam is supposed to like wash out everything. There's a certain order in the different parts of food served in a typical Indian thali, right? They have rice, they have roti, then they have the salad, then they have the dal, then they have the rasam, the soup, right? So and then the yogurt, right? So all the combination, there's certain order that you're supposed to eat so that it just digests and nicely, no like bloatedness or indigestion.
So when are you supposed to eat the yogurt?
See, yogurt normally they mix with the rice.
No, it's mixed.
With the sambar and the rice and eat it like that together.
Really?
You're supposed to mix the whole thing and eat it with the hand.
You so sweet first, then the rest mix together, then the rasam last.
Okay, you try. Okay, any other question? No question, then we can conclude. Thank you all for joining this today's Nithya Kriya. So I look forward to seeing all of you again next week, and I don't know what Kriya we'll be doing, but let's see. Last week was also related to digestion, this week is food. So with that, shall we conclude with the Puna mantra? Sit with the back straight. Let's fold the arms in Amanjali Mudra. Let's conclude with the Puna mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat. Saubam Bhagavat Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Parta Paramastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you, Nithyanandam.